All right, today we're diving into something called Midnight. It's a brand new data protection blockchain, and it's coming from the same minds that built Cardano. And its whole reason for being is to solve one of the biggest, most fundamental problems in all of crypto, the paradox of total transparency.
So, let me ask you something. What if every time you got paid, every time you bought a coffee, every single financial move you made was posted on a public website for anyone to see? Your friends, your boss, your family, everyone. You'd never go for that, right? Well, in the crypto world, that's kind of how it works a lot of the time. And that's the thing. On most public blockchains, your financial life is an open book. We hear about transparency being this amazing feature for keeping things honest, but it's also a massive bug. It's what we call the transparency trap, and it exposes so much sensitive data that it's actually holding the whole space back from mainstream adoption. Okay, so let's break this down. The very feature that makes blockchain so revolutionary, this public, unchangeable record of everything, is also its biggest Achilles heel when it comes to real-world businesses and, just regular people trying to use it. It's this fundamental conflict, right? On one hand, you have verifiable and permanent records, which is awesome. But on the other, that feature ends up exposing everything, every transaction, every bit of personal data. And that just creates this huge wall for industries like finance or healthcare, who are legally bound to protect privacy. It's a massive roadblock for any kind of serious institutional adoption.
And that is exactly where Midnight comes into the picture. Now, this isn't about creating some totally anonymous, shadowy system. No, it's about engineering a much smarter, way more practical solution that they call rational privacy.
And here's the key idea. With rational privacy, all of your data is private by default. But, and this is the brilliant part, you get to choose what to reveal and to whom. You can prove to a bank that you have enough money for a loan without showing them your entire account history. Or you can prove you're over 18 without ever showing your actual birth date. It's privacy that's designed to work with the real world, not against it.
So how in the world do they actually pull this off? Well, the secret sauce is a technology called zero-knowledge proofs, specifically ZK snarks. This is the magic that lets you prove something is true without revealing the secret information behind it. Architecturally, Midnight isn't starting from scratch. It's a partner chain that's going to leverage the security of the main Cardano network. And get this, it's already got support from huge players like Google and Telegram. That tells you this project has some serious weight behind it. Now, let's pop the hood and look at the engine that's going to power this whole thing. Midnight runs on this really clever dual token model. You've got two key parts working together, night and dust. So as you can see, there's a really clear division of labor here. The Night token is the public, transparent asset. You can trade it, use it for staking, for governance. Think of it as the capital of the network. Dust, on the other hand, is the private, internal fuel. It's what you actually use to pay for your private transactions, and it's not transferable. So one is for value and control. The other is purely for utility. I gotta say, I absolutely love this concept they came up with. They call it the battery recharge model. It works like this. Just by holding or staking your Night tokens, you're constantly generating a little bit of dust. It's like your phone charging. When you use some dust to make a transaction, your dust balance just slowly recharges over time. This is a total game changer because it gives developers predictable costs, and it means they can even sponsor transactions to give users a completely gasless experience. And look, this isn't just a white paper and a dream. There's a very concrete plan to bring Midnight to life. The whole rollout is happening in 4 distinct stages, taking it from the initial token launch all the way to a fully decentralized network. It all kicks off with the Hilo phase, which is the launch of the Night token itself. Next up is Kukulu, where they launch a federated mainnet with a handful of trusted enterprise partners running things. After that, the Mohalu phase opens the doors to Cardano's massive community of stake pool operators to help decentralize it. And finally, the Hua phase is the grand finale, full decentralization and, maybe most importantly, making it work with other blockchains. And yep, they've put a date on it. The federated mainnet, that's the Kukulu phase, is officially slated to go live in the last week of March 2026. So mark your calendars. That's when we'll see a live production-ready network open for business. For any of you tech folks out there wondering what kind of muscle it takes to run this thing, here are the estimated hardware specs for block producers. And as you can see, this is serious stuff. You'll need a hefty Midnight node running alongside a Cardano node and its database sync. This is not a lightweight operation. It's being built from the ground up for enterprise-level performance. So, let's just zoom out for a second. What does all of this really add up to? Why does a project like Midnight matter so much, especially right now?
I mean, we're living in this wild new age where AI models are, as Charles Hoskins puts it, literally hoovering up all of our public data. Our identities, our creative work, it's all being digitized and replicated. In a world like that, being able to control your data and prove things selectively, well, that's not just a nice feature anymore. It becomes economically existential. It's about survival. This quote right here really frames the entire grand vision perfectly. Hoskinson sees this as a crypto triumvirate. You've got Bitcoin as the fundamental layer of trust and value. You have Cardano as the global layer for computation and complex logic. And now, Midnight is being built to be that crucial third pillar, the universal layer for privacy and identity that can serve the entire ecosystem.
And that really leaves us with the billion-dollar question, doesn't it? By finally solving this transparency trap, by offering a kind of privacy that can work for big businesses, for regulators, and for individuals, is this the missing piece of the puzzle we've all been waiting for? Could rational privacy be the key that finally unlocks blockchain for the next billion people? I guess only time will tell.